This morning I thought that, well, what we're going to do is we're going to do some body work and a grounding meditation, and it's quite good to kind of perfume the mind with a bit of poetry before doing things. So we kind of like, in a way, we're kind of bringing our emotions in as well into the practice. So often it's a bit last minute trying to find something appropriate, but actually I found this poem by well, it's from Dogen's Moon in a Dewdrop. Him talking about the plum blossoms, and I think the reason why I thought this was good was it's like, you know, I went outside yesterday. I was in most of the day, and I went outside yesterday, and it was kind of really surreal. And there was lots of people in the park. But I just got a sense of like just a bit of a kind of gloom hanging over everything, and so, you know. But when you connect with the thinking and the writing of a great Zen master like Dogen, he's coming from a different place. He's coming from a different perspective, really, and what he's in this poem, he's talking about his master and the effect of his master on the world. I think this is what the poem is about, you know. So it is getting into spring, and this is, you know, the imagery in the poem is about spring and the plum blossoms coming into being. So yeah, just let this, just close your eyes and just kind of let this sort of seep into you, let the imagery seep into you. My late master, Chan Tong, was the 13th abbot of Chan Tong Jingde Monastery, renowned Mount Taibo, Jiangcheng Prefecture, Great Song. He ascended the seat and taught the assembly. This is what he said. Chan Tong's first phase of midwinter, old plum tree, bent and gnarled, all at once opens one blossom, two blossoms, 3, 4, 5 blossoms, uncountable blossoms. Not proud of purity, not proud of fragrance, spreading, becoming spring, blowing over grass and trees, balding the head of a patch-robed monk, whirling, changing into wind, wild rain, falling, snow all over the earth. The old plum tree is boundless. A hard cold rubs the nostrils. So Dogen comments on this. He says, "This old plum tree is boundless. All at once its blossoms open, and of itself the fruit is born. It forms spring, it forms winter, it arouses wind and wild rain, it is the head of a patch-robed monk, it is the eyeball of an ancient Buddha. It becomes grass and trees, it becomes pure fragrance, its whirling, miraculous transformation has no limit. Furthermore, the treeness of the great earth, high sky, bright sun and clear moon derives from the treeness of the old plum tree. They have always been entangled, vine with vine. When the old plum tree suddenly opens, the world of blossoming flowers arises. At the moment when the world of blossoming flowers arises, spring arrives. There is a single blossom that opens 5 blossoms. At this moment of a single blossom, there are 3, 4 and 5 blossoms, hundreds, thousands, myriads, billions of blossoms, countless blossoms. These blossomings are not being proud of 1, 2 or countless branches of the old plum tree. An adumbra flower and blue lotus blossoms are also 1 or 2 branches of the old plum tree's blossoms. Blossoming is the old plum tree's offering. This old plum tree is within the human world and the heavenly world. The old plum tree manifests both human and heavenly worlds in its treeness. Therefore, hundreds and thousands of blossoms are called both human and heavenly blossoms. Myriads and billions of blossoms are Buddha ancestor blossoms. At such a moment, all the Buddhas have appeared in the world, is shouted. The ancestor was originally in this land, is shouted. So our actions have consequences. You know, one blossom opens, another blossom opens, another blossom opens. So I think this is a kind of an appropriate and inspiring image for what we need to be doing right now. You know, that we need to be making sure that we're blossoming. You know, that we're staying in good mental states. We're interacting with each other. We're helping others. You know, and we're doing that in a kind of unself-conscious way, just as the blossoms would just arise on the tree. You know, it's not like it sort of the tree wills them to arise. They just arise out of the flowering of that spirit of the old plum tree. Yeah. So today I'm going to go back to Dogen, you know, a bit of Japanese self-massage. So if you feel okay, if you've already done some exercise, you know, it's all right. You just sit and meditate maybe, but you know, it's quite helpful, I think, for lots and lots of people to be, you know, for us to stimulate our body before we meditate, because then, you know, we don't sort of just meet that wall of kind of tiredness and you know, sort of stodginess in our body. Yeah. Okay, so we'll begin by just drumming with your fingers on the top of your head. And maybe have your knees sort of slightly bent and really feel the contact of your feet with the ground. And try to make the droplets on your head a little bit random, as if it is rain falling on your head, and just slowing down. Have a sense of slowing yourself down. So we need to, you know, to work with the body. The body works in a slower way than the mind. And just being patient. And then just cupping your forehead into the palms of your hands like this. And curving your neck over. Just having a sense that you're turning away from the world. Just feeling the contact of your palms with your forehead, just enjoying that feeling. Maybe take a few deeper breaths. And then just a little bit of a wash of your face with your hands. Get onto your temples. Pulling on your ears or squeezing your ears. Maybe yawn if you want to. A little bit of a massage of your temples. Get your fingers into the little holes in your face, little dips. The more we can do this, the less likely we're going to get ratty with people in the day, because we're not just expressing our own inner tension. Rub your hands together. And then backs of your hands. Up the arms. And then just putting your elbow into the palm of your hand, and then do this sort of movement. So we're trying to stimulate the top of our shoulder and get onto your spine as well, top of your spine. And I think particularly this this movement, it's quite good to do it quite hard, because you know, we hold a lot of tension in the top part of our back, and if we're preoccupied with that, then we won't be able to concentrate very well in the meditation. Maybe try and do it twice as hard as you are doing. And put aside any feelings of embarrassment. You're a human being, you have a body. You know, that's it. You know, you need to look after it. Okay, shake your hands out. And then down the outside of your arm, onto the back of your hand, and then your palms, up the inside, and then the other side. Make it a bit painful on the back of your hand. The palms of your hand, up the inside, chest, sides, kidneys at the back lightly, and your buttocks and backs of your legs a bit harder. And then down your legs. Okay, so hopefully your body's a little bit woken up now. So now we're going to just smooth our energy out a little bit by a little bit of Qigong. So just putting your hands on your stomach just below your navel, and just wait for your breath to calm down a bit. And then as you breathe out, just bend your knees. And as you breathe in, straighten your knees. So bending on the out breath, take yourself down. And straightening on the in-breath, bending on the out-breath. Put your thoughts to one side, on the other side of the room, and just do this physical exercise. So bending your knees on the out-breath, straightening on the in-breath. And put your hands out the front, and on the in-breath just bringing them up, turning at the chin, taking them down, turning at the hips again, bringing them up, taking them down. So having a sense of energy, a ball of energy that's coming up and down your spine, in your centre of your body. Like a ball of energy that you're going to need in the day. Coming up, going down, and then keep going past your chin this time and up into the air, and then out to the sides, slowly down the sides, bending your knees as you come down, and then on the in-breath coming up again, and opening out at the top, down to the sides. Noticing if you feel any different in your body. Does this feel a little bit more? Does meditation appeal a bit more? Now you've got some energy there in your body. So the Buddha said that things don't arise out of an act of will. They arise naturally when the conditions are there in place for something. So we can want to just force ourselves to meditate, but what we need to do is cultivate the desire to meditate, because it just seems natural to us. So if our body has a nice feeling within it of energy, and then we think, oh, it'd be nice to just sit and concentrate on my breath or something like that, and still my mind, then that is how it will work. So our body is always this platform for our mind and emotions. It's a support to them as well as a thing in itself. Okay, this is the last one, just coming down now. And just pausing, just standing there for a moment. Feeling the contact of your feet in the ground. The energy in your body. And then we're going to now sit in meditation. So if you've not been here before, just find a chair, something that's relatively firm to sit on, or you can sit on meditation cushions if you have those. and just moving from this position, being mindful of your body and being mindful of the effect that whatever movement you do has on a continuing sense of ease and presence with your body. So it's like whatever positive energy you have or have developed in this bit of doing, try and preserve it as you move. So now just moving mindfully to the seat that you're going to sit on. So getting used to being in this new position, and again what we're looking for is not forcing ourselves to sit up straight, which is using an act of will, so that doesn't work according to the Buddha. What works is when we use our body in the way that it is designed to be used. So our body knows how to sit down, it doesn't need help from our mind to do that. So we need to just let it sit there, and then all we need to focus on is like the angle of our spine. So are we leaning over? If we're leaning over a little bit, then we'll have to use tension on that side of our body to hold us up. So we'll be our mind will be going to this. So if you can just kind of keep returning to a sense of what the angle is that your spine's at, and just make sure it's upright, then the muscles of the body will be able to just feel confident that they can just let go, and the skeleton will take the weight of the body. So this is what's natural. This is what the body's naturally designed to do. And if you struggle a little bit with posture and things, don't give yourself a hard time about that. Just sit in whatever way is, just do your best in terms of just letting your body sit there. So today we're going to do the grounding meditation. So in a way I kind of worked this meditation out. I thought, well, how does meditation work? What is meditation in a way? So meditation is it seems to be something like stopping our normal activity and going to a quiet place where we're hopefully not going to get disturbed, and then we're just looking at our situation. So our situation is two things really. It's what we're experiencing, so that's our body and feelings. So we're checking in with ourselves. How are we? Is our body tense? Do I need to do anything about it? And then we do something about it if it is. Tuning in with how we're feeling. So we're not overriding how we're feeling. We're being sensitive to how we're feeling. We're responding to that. And then it's also about looking at how we're responding to life. How are we reacting to things? Are we getting irritated or whatever it is? So we can work with that as well with developmental meditations like the loving kindness meditation. If we think about it, you know, we're human beings. What is the case? What can we say is the case? Well, we're a human being. We exist in time and space. So if we make these things conscious, then the bit of us that knows that deep down will go, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's me. This is the situation. Oh, okay, I know what's happening. Great, that's a sense of reassurance from that. I have a body. Oh, it's a physical body. Oh, great. You know, I know that. You know, it has this structure to it. Oh, if I align myself with the structure and work with the actual structure rather than something that isn't the case, then we can actually work with confidence, develop confidence in working with our body. And it's like that all the way through. It's like we're looking at what's actually the case, and then dealing with it appropriately. Yeah. So we're going to do the grounding meditation. So close your eyes. I'll just lead us through the different elements. So as I just said a minute ago, just let your body just sit there. And reflect that your body knows how to sit down. It doesn't need any help from your mind to do that. All you have to do is just to balance your spine so that it's upright. It takes the weight down into the chair, the ground, cushions. So we're just going to bring awareness to our actual situation. So what is that situation? Well, first of all, we exist in time and space. So first of all, just being aware of time, the dimension of time in your life. Just being aware of all the moments in time that you've experienced in the past. So whenever we're trying to do anything in meditation, we often just have to give it enough time, give it time. So just being patient while you wait for yourself to arrive into an awareness of the past. And it's also the case that you will have a future, hopefully. So being aware of all the moments that you will experience in the future. Again, just being patient while you wait for that fact to dawn on you. And just check your body's you're still just sitting there. You're not holding yourself up. Your body's supporting you, not the other way around. And that your spine is still balanced. It's not leaning over. So what else is the case? Well, it's also the case that you exist in, that you, right now, you exist in the present moment, which is a particular moment in time. And this is where your experience is actually happening. So again, just wait for yourself to arrive into an awareness of the present moment. Keeping your face and your hands and your feet relaxed. So what else is the case? Well, it's the case that you exist in space. So you're sitting on the Earth, which is a huge ball of matter, and that's flying through space, orbiting the Sun. And above your head is the Earth's atmosphere, which is roughly 10 miles thick. And then that thins out, and then you end up with vast empty space. So there's absolutely huge distances out there in space. Every now and then there might be an object like a star or a galaxy or something like that, but not very often at all. So again, just giving it time, give it enough time, be patient. And then on the earth, you're, there are oceans and ice caps and forests, cities, deserts, farmland, mountain ranges, and you're in the particular place that you're in on the earth. So just allowing yourself to kind of arrive in that place, in this place where you are now. Again, just doesn't come about through an act of will, it comes about through just waiting, being patient, give it enough time. And then it's also the case that you have a body, and that's a physical object in the physical world. And your body has a particular structure to it. So it's got bones that hold the body up, and muscles that move the body about, and organs that keep it alive in various ways. So can you just tune into your particular body? Try to spot where the bones are, where the muscles are, where the organs are. And then just coming back to what I was saying earlier about just let the body sit there. It knows how to sit down. And all you have to do is just balance the spine so that it's not leaning over. And then the muscles of the body can soften and relax. So relaxation, the body's physical, relaxation is a physical action. It's like that, it's unfurling a fist. So if your muscles feel confident that they'll be supported by the bones of your body, just letting them unfurl any holding on, any tension. Beginning with the crown of your head, having a sense of the flesh on your scalp becoming looser. Just imagining the roundness of your head, and that all the flesh on the head just becomes loose and even lifts up off the skull a little bit. Some space appears in the face and the back of the neck, the jaw, the tongue, sockets of the eyes, everything's just becoming softer and looser. And then taking your attention to the base of your neck and across your shoulders. Again, just having a sense of the bones of your body supporting your weight so that your shoulders can just fall away down towards the ground. Or just let go of any tension you're holding. Just imagining a cascade of letting go, of relaxation, moving down your back, again, sometimes we will just need to give this time. And shedding tension down the arms, the upper arms, the lower arms, the hands. Shedding it down the sides of the body, down the front of the body, the chest and the stomach. Shedding it around the bowl of the pelvis. Around the tops of the legs, where the legs are attached to the hips. Just imagine that the muscles of the legs just letting go and becoming longer. Shedding it in the calves, the shins. And in the feet, so tops of the feet and soles of the feet, the ankles, the ball of the foot, the toes. Okay, well, thank you for joining me this morning. Maybe just reflect on if that meditation did have a good effect on you, of what you did. All you did was you just brought awareness to your actual situation and work with that, you know. So maybe think about that through the day, that yeah, this is, you know, this is what the Buddha recommends, that we just bring awareness to our actual situation, you know, particularly our body, and then, you know, work with it, work with the reality of what it is, you know. So, you know, relaxation's this basically, and you know, we need to kind of like look after our body. And I think something like I just want to give a tip. So I mean, my gym's closed now. Last Thursday I had a really nice day just going down there and getting some exercise, and it is gonna be a problem, this, for everybody. So what might help you is to get in a really hot bath, and, you know, get really hot, and then run the water out. You know, maybe sort of do it for, get in a hot bath for like 10 minutes or something. Run the water out, and then put the plug back in again. And I know this sounds awful, like, but run the cold tap in. And what I do often with that, I did it last night, and it's like, have to gauge, you know, what can I stand, you know. So being sensitive to, particularly, you know, my heart, you know, but just get a bit colder, you know, get a bit in on the, mainly on the external, your external limbs, your arms and your legs, and then it's like it wakes you up, you know. So you're stimulated. We've talked a lot about stimulation, so you need to be stimulated. Your body needs to be stimulated. So it could be a hot and cold shower or something. It's the same thing. But yeah, you know, be aware of not over, you know, you got to take responsibility for yourself, and don't overdo it. So, but yeah, it's yeah, you know, we need to be stimulated, and you know, if we're going to survive being indoors for might be a long time, actually. So yeah, okay, that's my tip for today. All right, thank you. Bye.